We all know that Formula One exploded after Drive to Survive series on Netflix. It became so big, it has so many new fans, so many new track marshals, and suddenly all the spotlight become behind the fence, behind the scenes. So most people obviously see track marshals when something happening on the racetrack, when we need to go do the recovery. But today I want to talk about behind the scenes of track marshalling, what actually are our rules and regulations, what we need to follow. I want to share what actually sometimes happens because we all are humans, and I want to share two examples of two recent events of Formula One, what happened with the track marshals, and I want to share my point of view. Kind of first of all, the bigger picture. Volunteering in motorsports is not easy as everyone might think of. We're there for 4 to 5 days, many hours on the rain, on the sun, heat, cold, dehydration, not enough food, stress, whatever it could be. It is not an easy job. And let's look first in the bigger picture. Volunteering is not easy. I mentioned that many times. We work there for 4 or 5 days, 15 hours a day, sun, cold, rain, wind. We're always there. You can be dehydrated. You can be maybe not have enough food. You can have some pain. You not exactly can sit on the phone either. So it's really big dedication as a fan in the motorsports. And I think taking into consideration the younger people these days and everything what's happening in the world, actually less people want to volunteer. And I already spoke with quite a few countries where we're struggling to get volunteers and we're asking to be paid because this is where we are. It's economy, the struggle, the money. You need to sacrifice your holidays, your time off. Again, pay for yourself and do that job, responsibly. So you might think there's so many people, and it is a lot of people who want to do it, but who are actually ready to do it's a very, very small amount. And in the meanwhile, Formula One is exploding everywhere. Every shop, every channel, every place you go is Formula One, which equals more visibility, obviously on the drivers, the teams, the fans, but it's more visibility on us. And while we are being cheered and, appreciated for our hard work, we also now being picked up for the small mistakes that we do, which might not even be caused by us, but in the same time, we're only humans, so things will happen. And that's exactly what I want to cover in today's video. This is what most fans might not know. We actually following very strict international and obviously local racetrack and FIA rules, which we need to stick for all days, no exceptions. If we break them, we'll be removed from the racetrack. So obviously the main one, and that's pretty obvious one, is a safety. And the first place comes our safety. Because if we're not taking care of our own safety, we definitely can't take care of anyone else. By the rules, second layer of safety is our team. Third is the drivers and the cars and everything what's happening on the racetrack, and then everything else. When we can able to take care of these, then it's kind of, one nice circle of safety. And that takes a lot on us because we all know what we're signing for is a dangerous sport, is a dangerous thing what we do. So safety is absolutely number uno and being a volunteer in Formula One. So I want to cover a few other marshal rules. Obviously we have quite a few of them, but I want to raise the most important ones. So while racetrack is hot, which means we have race cars on the track, it doesn't matter if it's practice or just laps or quali or whatever it would be, it calls a hot track. We are standing there, we're not sitting, we're not sleeping, we're not leaning, we're not chilling, having coffee around for a walk. We need to stand there and have our 100% focus on the racetrack. Obviously the big one, and it cause me some problems, is no phones, no cameras on a duty. And this one is a weird one, and I will cover this more. So yeah, let's skip, but no phones, no cameras while is a hot track. Let's keep that in mind. Not all day, but only when we have a hot track. Next one, I just have notes because I don't want to talk too much. Be professional. We're not a fans. While we are the biggest fans, I think, because we're doing this voluntarily, we can't be fans. We need to stay there, and I really respect this rule that no matter how exciting we are and how many amazing things happening and we want to be part of it, in the end of the day, we're signing for very, very important job, and we need to stay professional at any time. We wear full uniform, of course, jumpsuits, fire protection, the tabards, we have the whistles, the helmets, we have free gloves to put in, we have headsets for the team lead, we had earplugs to listen to radios, there's closed shoes, you know, and so many other things. But this is very important. We never can even stand in our position on a hot track without wearing all these. So as soon as cars are on, we need to be fully suited up. Nothing on the fences, as I said before. We're not leaning, we're not hanging things, we're not especially hanging flags or very colorful things which can basically distract the drivers, and they might think that this is actually a flag or what is happening. So nothing on there, on you know, on the front of the fences. Always kind of speak up. Just, you know, like I said, it can be cold, it can be very hot. Like in Texas, it's extremely hot, and you definitely need to be hydrated. You need to have snacks, eat your lunch, try to get a shade. If you're on a turn where there's no shade, try to change up with the people so you'll not always be, you know, in the sun, because it's just really, really hard. So always speak up if something is painful and something is happening. We always will move people around, but we need to make sure that marshal safety is absolutely number one. And this job is all about the discipline. It's not about the power. It's not exactly that we do such a heavy lifting ourselves. So anyone can do it, and that's the beauty of women's, because you can really, really do it without any training. And it's just about the mental power. You need to be eyes for yourself. You need to be eyes for your team. You need to be eyes for race control, for the drivers, for the fans. It is a big responsibility to be there and make sure that you're doing your job perfectly. So I have two case studies. Well, I want to talk about it. And number one is what happened in a Baku F1 race. I'm sure everyone saw it. If you didn't see it, I will share the video while I will be talking. But basically what happened, Charles Leclerc, he has an accident, and you know, his car being recovered, for marshals working on it. Safety car came to pick him up. And while one of the marshals was clearing the way to get him into the car, the female marshals decided to take some selfies with him, which this one we obviously know is absolutely no, because you have millions of people watching you on a live camera, and taking selfies while you're recovering race driver on a racetrack is, I think, ultimate reason why we have that rule with the phones. It looked very unprofessional. I definitely disapprove that. I will, you know, and at the same time, I will not go after people, and I'll explain why in a second. But this case study is really good example why exactly we have this rule. Like, we're there to make our job, in this situation, to take our recover the car, take our driver to the safety car so he can go back to this garage. It's definitely not our job to take a selfie with him, because by me, obviously, this was insanely unprofessional. People risked their role being a marshal. I guess we got what we wanted. Sadly, we will not be able to marshal. By me, it's not worth it, because you'll have a million other opportunities to meet the drivers. And again, why I'm raising this situation, and it's a big deal for me personally, because I do this channel and I do social media about track marshals. My focus is track marshals, and educate what we do and praise them and be their cheerleader. But it was a bit difficult before, but after this Baku incident, I definitely have a big target on my back of losing my being a track marshal because of what I do. Even if I'm not breaking rules, and I do film everything and anything I talk and do on the racetrack when it's not a hot track, and while I still having videos with the cars, because I mean, let's be honest, it's 300,000 people on the racetrack. I have a lot of friends and family on the races so far. So we actually ask people to share any videos that they took so we can actually use it. We're all excited to have some videos. In the end of the day, we are the biggest motorsport fans. So yes, we want to have some memories. You can't judge us on that. And we're finding a ways. We actually really finding a ways how not to get into trouble and still get, I guess, the content we want. But still, after what happened in Baku, women's more than anyone got attention on that. And it's something that happened in COTA weekend for me, and I'm not ready to talk about this yet. It was unfortunate, it was really not nice, and I still don't know how to go about it, so I just move on from this from now, and hopefully I'll be able to share soon. But to say this again, it's no point to picking after these girls or people who did those pictures, especially Marshals was really going after it. We're all humans. Maybe that was what was worth it them to go to volunteer and get to this point. It doesn't represent all of us, and let's keep it this way. We all can show better example, but there's no need for hatred and, you know, bullying and kind of blaming everyone who does this, because I'm just talking for myself. What I do for the Marshals. It's not to get a quick video or picture with the driver, which will have so many opportunities being there. Okay, my case study number 2 is from last weekend race in Mexico. Again, I'm pretty sure everyone who is the fan saw this. For sure, you cannot see it. What happened was yellow flag was out, and obviously all cars was, you know, slowing down. And as soon usually when cars pass your corner, and if you need to go do recovery or pick up the debris, and they all pass, usually race control gives a go for us to go pick up the debris. What happened in this situation? First of all, for what I only see as everyone else, yellow flags was out, cars passed the turn 2, I think, and 2 marshals was deployed to pick up debris. But then what was not taking in account that Liam Lawson was actually in a pit lane, and then he obviously exited the pit lane, and that what happened when he exited and the track marshals was coming back to their turn with the debris. They almost been hit. Absolutely terrifying, and this is why I keep repeating that safety is first, and what we do is dangerous. And number 1 reaction from fans was more like, oh, superhero, you know, track marshal surviving this. Sadly, from Marshal perspective, it was a lot of, oh, we shouldn't do, how they shouldn't do that. And I don't like that, because I guess our first rule is no bullying and no, you know, black on white. So this is why I really want to cover this case study from my perspective. So first of all, I actually find out roughly what happened, and it did came from race control and all the communications. And again, we all humans, and these mistakes will happen. It was a unique situation. And again, I can't speak exactly what communications happened, but that did came from up. Then it is few things that could happen. So they said go. Lead intervention has actually headset where he can hear and communicate everything. The rest of the recovery marshals had a little basically plug-in sets where we can talk, but we can hear some of communications. Keep in mind, some of them is very not clear. In some races we have enough of them, and some we didn't have enough. Some we run out of batteries, so we can't hear anything. So it could be that we're counting just on intervention lead of communicating. Again, let's say he says everyone in race control decided that it's good to go pick up the debris. Lee said go. 2 marshals are out. Number 1, they might hear what is on the radio. They actually have earplugs plugged out because we're running and, you know, just want to be aware of situation, and they can't hear the communication. What I know happened, they did let the marshals deploy it, and then they realized that Liam Lawson is in the pit lane. They actually cancel the debris pickup, but that was too late. Marshals was already crossed the racetrack on the grass, which we covered in a second, and they were not able to come back in time. Few things, obviously, team lead, he follows the communications. We can't see the pit lane, so we can't make our own calls. He just listened to race control, deployed the marshals. One more thing to cover in here, we have one of the golden rules: never cross the racetrack. This is why in Formula 1 we have so many stations, so we make sure we have inside and outside stations, that wherever debris or car or driver are closer, we will go to help them from there, and always avoiding crossing the racetrack. This was already a unique situation that they were asked to cross the racetrack, and the call was made not from someone from inside to actually go pick up, because it was closer to them and no one needed to cross the racetrack. So this was a unique one. Marshals could, challenge that. But again, everyone is excited to be part of this, recovery and part of this action, and you need to react very quickly. So this was a first mistake overall, which shouldn't be happening. Obviously, race control miscommunicating, that was another mistake. And another thing, obviously, track marshals, when I was rewatching that few times, I saw that they not exactly were keeping eye on the racetrack. I would say that's one my note personal, because if they would, one of them still, it's always, we have a rule obviously for yourself, but always if it's two of you, let's say, one of them need to keep eye on the racetrack, have a whistle, and if you see the cars, you blow the whistle to inform that something is coming. Good job what flaggers did. They really grabbed the second yellow flag and they just went for it. And that was a good teamwork, because we saw what's happening, and Leon Lawson coming in, we really make sure get his attention, and the timing was just obviously so fortunate. No one got hurt. But it's not one size fits all. We have our rules, everything changing, everything improving, everything moving, and people above and below and everywhere will make mistakes. So what I wanted to talk about this case study, especially for track marshals, the rules, how things is. It's no point to going after marshals itself. I think we actually got a lot of support and uplifting for fans for what track marshals doing and what they did in that situation. So let's focus on positive. These things will happen. F1 became so big, and it will be new situations, new people, and it will be different things happening. This is why I want to do these videos. This is why I want to educate more people, help especially new marshals joining. We can't avoid new people joining, and I don't know sometimes why people are so against it. I actually empowering people joining, but I'm empowering people joining, but definitely learning all about it, big and small, because it is a massive responsibility, and we are the ones to make these motorsports happen. So yeah, we marshals are humans too. And race control and drivers and everyone are humans, and everyone making mistakes. So let's don't pick up on those things in every single race, because it will happen and we will have more visibility. I actually would be more excited just to go and see examples like this. Maybe I can record it. If you guys interested, I can talk more about details, what could happen, what happened, and how it could happen. I'm just such a nerd about racing, but I think for my track marshals is just a message. Nothing is black and white. Let's give a bit of grace for us of the hard work that we do. Anyway, so let's turn up for each other, be there for each other. Let's get new marshals be excited and motivated and accepted, but in the same time prepared for what is coming, so we can all do this amazing job and just learn from each other and make the most of it. So thank you for staying with the Sherlock Holmes of motorsports. I just felt like personal attachment to these situations, and I just want to give my point of view. But overall, being a marshal is still the best thing. I absolutely love it. I really want to help as many people, and actually it's just I have now like bursts of people coming up and asking to send the details, because I really want to support. You guys getting into this is a dream, and I want more people to experience this, period. I don't want to be me and just I'm doing it. I'm really excited, and I want everyone, even who wants to experience this, if you love the motorsport as I do. I hope you enjoyed this content. Please let me know if you like this behind the scenes or more an explanation from track marshal perspective. I felt I really needed to share this because I think it's an important topic. Guys, fans, thank you for supporting us and keep cheering us up, and we'll make sure that you have the best races to watch. Track marshals, let's stay positive, supportive, and just learn from things that will happen on the racetrack and just make it better for next time. No need of judgment. We are people, we are all making mistakes. And I'm really excited because I have Formula One in Vegas in a few weeks, and that will be, I think, one of the most legendary races so far. I definitely will be working on my F1 race in Austin, Texas video. Like I said, I'm not ready yet, but when I will be, I will share straight away. Make sure you like, subscribe my channel, write comments with any questions. Make sure you contact me personally if you're considering to be a track marshal or you will just have a questions. As you can see, I can talk about this for hours. So just shoot a question, I will answer and help you as much as I can. Thank you so much, guys, for joining my channel, my videos. I'm super happy to have you here, and until next time.